Hey people, welcome to my channel. Maybe you clicked on this video because you're looking for a new idea for a project you're doing at school. Maybe you want to find new ways of boosting your creativity as an artist. Maybe you are experiencing writer's block and are looking for a way out, or maybe you're just interested in learning new ways of improving your creativity. No matter what brought you here, I'm glad that you are here, because in this video we will be looking at 6 ways of sparking that creative fire. Creativity is a skill you can improve like any other, and that can be helpful in many different areas of your life. I'm sure many of you found yourself in a situation where you couldn't be creative at all, where you felt stuck. Surely there is no foolproof way of producing that flash of inspiration. However, there are methods and ways in which you can pave the way for creativity and enhance the possibility for new creative ideas to emerge. With some people, creativity seems to come naturally, but don't be fooled. These people don't have any special talent for creativity, but they often show certain character traits that can be beneficial for nurturing a creative mindset. So just mimic things creative people do, and chances are you will be more creative as well. For me personally, finding new ways of doing everyday things brings me enormous joy, and that already is my first tip for improving your creativity. Doing everyday things in as many different ways as possible is a great and easy way of working on your creativity with very little effort. This could include changing up your morning routine, taking another route to work, never sitting at the same place at university lectures, or never ordering the same dish twice in a row. If you want to take this idea even further, you could try learning new skills or finding new and exciting projects to work on. This could include trying a new sport, picking up a new instrument, or teaching yourself a new language. Whatever it is, try to keep an open mind when learning new skills. You don't have to master it right away. The important thing is that you are challenging yourself and opening your mind to new possibilities and new ways of experiencing the world around you. Doing things unconventionally can be one of the best ways of learning to think outside the box. So whatever you do, try to wander off the beaten tracks and find new ways of navigating life. That may feel awkward at first or may take a little bit more effort, but ultimately it has the potential to open up new and exciting perspectives. Ask anyone who has ever been on tour with me if there is any other way of entering a room. Chances are that I will not be using the door. The second tip that I would like to share with you is that your mood majorly affects your ability to be creative. If you are feeling really down, you are probably having difficulties to be creative. You might still be able to use this time, however, for tasks such as correcting previous work, as a melancholic mood is proven to make finding mistakes easier. So don't beat yourself up. If you accept that you won't be creative today, you can make progress on some more mundane tasks. This will give you a good feeling, and you can be inventive again tomorrow. A positive outlook and mood, on the other hand, is an ideal breeding ground for creativity. You could even try enhancing your creative flow by listening to creative music or working and learning in an environment that promotes your inventiveness. Also, surround yourself with positive and creative people. They will rub off on you. And even if not, you will have a good time. Whatever frame of mind I am in, I personally love to listen to music that fits my mood, either to accompany my day while I'm doing chores or to boost my creative flow. The fundamental character of creativity, if you think about it, is not to invent something completely new, but to find new ways of arranging and putting together components that already exist. Like in writing, for example. You're not inventing new letters or new words, but you are inventing a story by rearranging those letters and words. So my third tip would be to divide the work you're trying to do into small components and then to try and piece them together in a new and creative way. For example, if you're trying to write a short story, start by thinking about what this short story should include. What is important? What do you want to write about? And then continue by putting important keywords on pieces of paper so you can move them around and rearrange them on the spot. I find that dividing huge chunks of work or ideas into smaller elements is the key to being more creative. A great example from my personal experience is that I am most creative when I'm working on basic techniques on my instrument, as that gives me an insight into all of the little details and ways of playing that ultimately make up the way I will be making music in the end. Just by looking at the small components, I am able to create new ways of using my instrument. If you ask my students, they would confirm that I am super creative when teaching drums. I am constantly writing down new ideas, and it wouldn't be a surprise if I ended up with a whole sheet of paper full of notes and ideas at the end of a teaching day. Actually, most of my YouTube videos were inspired just like that. Because, in short, teaching my instrument is a potent way of honing into my own creativity. I am constantly trying to break down complex facts and to arrange them in a way to make them easily accessible to my students. So juggling all of these ideas and working with the building blocks of my craft ultimately makes me think in new and creative ways. So maybe try to teach something you are still learning or struggling with yourself. On to tip number 4. Investment and incubation. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about diseases. The incubation period is the period between exposure to an infection and the appearance of the first symptoms, which can easily be transferred to the creative process. The more time we dedicate to something, the more likely it is that we will find inspirations, meaning you can consciously create a breeding ground for new ideas to spring. Basically, it is a lot like gardening, which I like. You take your time preparing the soil and creating ideal conditions for plant growth. With a little patience and time, from that soil, plants will grow and flourish. It's the same with creativity. Spend time in the field that you want to be creative in. Invest your time and pay attention, and from that process, new ideas will form. For example, you wish to write a poem. Start by reading as many poems as you can. Really delve into the topic. Listen to lectures about poems or watch videos about that field. Use all of your senses to learn about poems. Continue by going even deeper and read analysis and interpretations of poems. In short, go all in and invest your time. After that, incubation can take place, and it may be as easy as relaxing a few days and giving your mind the time and space to digest all of the information you just gathered on poems. After a few days, you can be sure that inspiration will blossom. The incubation period is so important because you can't force good ideas. You have to let them come to you, just like with cats. But you can prepare the ground for good ideas to emerge if you immerse yourself in a field, learn as much as possible, and then take the appropriate rest. I have made this experience many times. I was focusing on a very complex project, maybe an idea for a new video, and then I had to do something else because I felt stuck. And just when I started to focus on something else, the ideas started to come. Because I did the investment, I was learning, I was working on it, I was struggling with the ideas, and then I took some time off, I was focusing on something else. And that meant that my mind was still active, but I was not forcing the ideas on this certain topic to emerge. And this shows that the incubation period could be a very active time where you delve into some of your other interests and get your body moving. And that leads me to tip number 5. There are countless gadgets on the market that promise an increase in creativity. But in my experience, the best thing you can do is to move your body. Do some exercise, go for a walk or a jog. Moving your body is incredibly beneficial for your imagination. When you go running, your mind is constantly seeing new things and being stimulated by new impressions, and that reduces stress. Even more, walking or jogging is a form of meditation, and many people have their best ideas while engaging in these activities. Just give it a try with any form of exercise you like best. And my final tip is, be creative and see yourself as a creative person. Your own self-image hugely impacts the way in which you experience and navigate your life. Perceive yourself as a writer, a musician, or a painter, and the rest will follow. Having a good plan is important, but solely planning your life will not help you in reaching your goals. If you want to be creative, go create. Surely not every creation will be perfect or worth holding on to, but just keep going. You have to be willing to go through the creative process, to pursue and dismiss ideas, so that in the end you will be left with the best ideas only. In going through that process and creating new ideas as you go, you are actively training your inventive mind. Ask any musician. You have to come up with a lot of song ideas before you can choose the best ones to refine and put on an album. So what are you waiting for? Go create, and please let me know in the comments section below about your own personal creative journey. Thanks so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. There are new videos coming out every week on music, learning, creativity and self-development. So I will be seeing you in the next one. Until then, take care and bye bye.